We're hot. All right, welcome to Straight Red Card. Today we're going to talk about like if we had magical powers and we could do anything we wanted, and we'll bring up the specific post. What would we do with the U.S. men's national team? But I do want to get a few things straight before we start. Number one, we are not boomers, okay? We are Gen X. Do not call us boomers. Now, I know the people that call this boomers, they are doing it in a respectful way. They're like, yeah, these are the grouchy get off my lawn boomers of the soccer podcasting world. But we are not boomers, okay? We're not. We are Gen X.
I'm not cynical at all. I'm not cynical at all. What the fuck?
You're Gen X too, right?
It depends on what standard of labeling you look at. Now, what's the one that everybody hates?
I'm not going to say it.
It starts with an M, doesn't it?
But
Martinique.
We're not.
We're Martiniques.
But you always hear the okay boomers. Okay,
my take is when you're looking at a generational gap, you've got to take like a plus or minus 5 years or so. So say if Gen X stops at like 79, and I'm born in 83, I'm more or less at that point still Gen X. You know?
You are, yeah, I guess you are. I'm born 71, so when I was in college, Nirvana was the shit. So that makes me
middle school.
Clearly. I didn't know you were 13 years younger than me. I thought you were 10 years younger than me, just based on your hairline in general. But
please, my hairline. What? I don't even get carded at liquor stores anymore because of my hairline.
That was just a friendly jab, Brett.
Yeah.
I don't have much of a hairline either anymore. All right. So
I say fuck it. That's less I have to maintain.
No shit. I like having less hair. All right. So then there's this post that came up, and we thought we would address it since there were so many people who kind of ignorantly responded to it and agreed with it. And I blacked out the person's name and their photo because I don't want to single this guy out, but you know, it was on Facebook. It was on the largest at this point U.S. men's national team page out there. It has 15,000 members, so it's a beast to do an admin on it. But this guy posted this, and this group is interesting because it's made up of, I described on Sam's show, the buffalo, right? Or the beaver. But on the animal, you have the head. And those are the people who are in the know. And they know a lot about the sport. And they know a lot about what's going on right now. And then you have the meat in the middle. And those are people who are just kind of getting on board. But they're really susceptible to a lot of ridiculous ideas and thoughts. And then there's the tail. And those people are like very casual fans, and they don't care much. But
that's a great description of how big soccer used to be.
Yes,
100%. That's what it was.
The only difference is back in the day when we were on big soccer, we had a beaver, and now we have a buffalo. Like, we got a buffalo. That means all of those things that used to be true at big soccer at beaver size are now even bigger. Now at buffalo size. I
always prefer the beaver.
Of course you do. That's not why I said beaver, Brett. God damn it. I should have said woodchuck. All right. So this post says, it doesn't matter who the president is. If the president appoints you as U.S. Secretary of Soccer for a day, under this role, you are allowed to make 3 changes to anything within the U.S. soccer framework that will be active for a year. That doesn't sound like it'll be active for
a year?
That seems
when you sent this to me, I just assumed it was like a permanent fixture. I didn't actually read this. Jesus.
Yeah, I reread it, like active for a year. I mean,
well, looking at his 3 options here, if they're only active for a year, it's even more ineffectual.
It's just completely useless. So you institute promotion relegation in the MLS for a year, and then it goes away? That's just
Sucks for those who get relegated, man.
It would suck because then it'd be back to being locked in and
Wait, that would probably be Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
God
Flush your $300 million down the tubes for the entry fee. So it says, what would you do? And his things were institute pro rel in MLS. Okay, well, for a year, that's pretty useless. It's not going to make that much of a difference.
Yeah.
2, rebrand NYCFC as the New York Cosmos. I'm a Cosmos guy. I grew up a Cosmos kid, and I don't even like that idea.
Glorianter.
Was he just picking the most limp dick things he could possibly pick?
Well, I mean, that would require a complete management change, owner change.
And the New York Cosmos still exist.
Yeah.
So
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they would have to I don't know how you would do that even as the czar of soccer for a day. For a day. You don't even get more than a day in this post. You get a day? Come on. All right. So that's bogus. Number 3, create a listen, this is not an offense to the guy who posted this. I think he did it for fun. But they seem rash and quick picked. Yeah, it almost seems like he pulled it out of his asshole and I'm gonna just splat this up here. And that's okay. I do lots of stuff, pull a lot of things out of my asshole.
I was to say, and Guy, if you're a fan of ours, trust us, we're just idiots with microphones. We spout off bullshit.
No, I was talking literally, Brett. No, I wasn't.
I'm just saying. We're idiots. But you know what? Yeah, we hit points more often than not.
We have points.
Yeah.
And no, I don't pull things out of my asshole literally. Things
literally and
yeah, things come out of my asshole literally, but that's a whole different thing. We won't get into that. That's disgusting and TMI.
Fucking gerbils, I swear to God.
Hey, whoa, don't Richard Gere me. Don't Richard Gere me. All right. So, because you know how that starts, and then everybody's like,
the rumors.
Derek's really into gerbils. It's not true. I'm not. I like gerbils, but not in my asshole. All right. He said, then create a varied group to help foster. This is
what does that mean? What is it? Hold on. First off, what does a varied group mean?
I think it means of people of various different
ethnicities
hair profiles. No, hair profiles.
Oh,
so hairy people. Okay. They're hairless people with medium hair.
So you're saying hairy people are involved, so I have a chance?
Yes.
Not on the top of my head, but whatever.
Right. So people who are really hairier in this group, and so are people with very little hair, medium hair people. They're all included to help foster and contact. It almost sounds like stalking and grow our outreach to dual nationals. Like we're having an issue there. Are we having an issue there, Brett?
Dude, I'm growing right now, you know.
Oh God. Don't be disgusting.
What? No. So out of the 3, that number 3 spot is like the least of our concern. I feel like we're doing perfectly fine in that realm.
I mean, okay, let me give you a list, Mr. Whoever posted this. A list of people we've lost recently. Jens Kajust from Sweden.
What?
Jens Kajust. He played for Midtjylland. He was
lost him?
We lost him to Sweden. He played in the Euros. All right. Then we lost Nico Hamalainen.
Wait.
To Finland.
Okay. Sorry.
This guy couldn't get a start on LAFC.
I thought it was a different one. I thought it was a different person. Sorry.
Efren Alvarez, Mr. Twinkie himself. We lost him. Okay. He doesn't have a chance of playing winger on our team. Not a chance in hell. We lost him. Too bad. Okay? Not a big deal. Alex rolled on. We lost him to El Salvador. His brother plays for us because he's better than his other brother.
And we're complaining about that, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Like we have no faith in Christian Roldan, and you're worried about losing Alex Roldan?
Nope.
Eric Zabaleta had no shot at 28 years old to ever play for the U.S. men's national team.
Hoosiers.
We lost him. He's a Hoosier. We lost him to El Salvador. Big deal.
Shit happens.
Joshua Perez. Dude plays in the second league, and he doesn't play. He's played 9 combined total games since 2018.
Games?
Huh?
He played no games?
He's played 9 games.
9
since 2018. 9 games for his clubs, his various clubs he has played for since 2018. He's now in the Segunda League, and he's getting a little more playing time. It's not a great loss, people, and the people that you're worried about, like Julian Arango, we're stacked right there. Yeah. We don't need Araujo.
I think they're also talking about Ochoa as well.
I don't think we're going to lose Ochoa yet. I think he's going to wait around. He's a young goalkeeper.
I mean, you're looking at the case, and the broadcasters for Fox Sports are stating that Turner is number 2 goalkeeper contending for number 1.
That was Stu.
So I'm just saying that Ochoa has to look at that and say, okay, well, if that's the case, maybe. Oh. But it's just...
Maybe, but listen, a lot can happen. And yeah, Ochoa is looking like, oh shit, I'm behind Turner, Horvath, and Stefan. So maybe I should at least go hang out in the Mexican camp, which is what he did with Berhalter's approval, by the way. So I wouldn't worry about it. It's not.
And I will bring this up. And this isn't the first time Berhalter's given the approval for a player to go train with another national team.
Exactly.
It seems like he's like, hey, dude, you know, we see who you are. If you want to go train with them, go for it. By all means. And I feel like it's got to be more of a positive when it comes to the players, because they're looking at it saying, well, hey, he's saying, fill your options out. Feel where you feel comfortable, and then go with that. You know, he's not saying like, "Oh no, we want you to sit the bench behind 4 other people," but we want you. You know, I don't know.
We don't need to beg right now. Okay, we don't need to beg people. We've got a lineup that includes John Brooks, Matt Miazga, Serginho Dest, Anthony Robinson, Tyler Adams,
McKinney.
Musa,
Pulisic,
Reyna,
Aronson,
and whoever you want to slot up top. Okay,
throw anybody in there.
We've got an 11. We don't need to be begging or licking boots.
We've got a 22.
Yes, we do not need to be begging or licking boots at this point. I know that a lot of people are saying Jonathan Gomez. Okay, well, let's see Jonathan Gomez move from Louisville and go to Europe and do something, and then I'll worry about losing him. Otherwise, I'm not worried. Yes, Anthony Robinson is the best thing we got going right now at left back. But I'm not worried. I'm not going to lose my shit if, Berhalter doesn't call him up, or we don't have some weird, varied group of hairy people and hairless people helping to foster and contact Jonathan Gomez. First of all, I don't think Jonathan Gomez would want to be contacted by these hairy and hairless people. And I don't think we've got a real problem with outreach to dual nationals. I think Greg's doing a fucking great job. We just stole Musa. We just stole Dest. Wake up, people. This should not be number 3 on your list. It should be like number fucking 101 on your list. Dual nationals are not a problem.
I'm curious how many people have actually seen Gomez play,
Not many, but boy, they buy the hype, baby.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. And I'm not saying that he's not a good player, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't excel. And he's taking a different route. He opted against MLS, and he decided to go with a USL contract that's almost a year-by-year basis. So he has the freedom to move on whenever he wants to. That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, I wonder how many people have actually sat down and watched any Louisville games and said, oh, this guy is pretty fucking good. Or if they're just going off the hype that other people are talking about. And I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying, I wonder how many people have ever really took the time to pay attention, you know?
And with this whole Foster contact thing, you don't think that Julian Araujo has not been contacted in Foster? He's been called into teams he declined to commit to.
He was in the Olympic squad.
For fucking Christ's sake, this is asinine.
He literally played for us months ago for the Olympic qualifying squad, and then he declined a gold cup, as far as I know.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's 100% accurate.
No,
as far
it
as
is
I know.
accurate. He did decline. It's very public. It was in the news. There was a quote from him saying he's not ready to make the decision. And then if you're worried about Cade Cowell, we just called him up because we thought Areola was injured. And then Areola magically became healthy. And then Cade Cowell went back to San Jose. And Cade Cowell accepted the call up to replace Areola until Areola said, hey, my thigh is on point. And then they sent Cal back. So, listen, folks, this is not a number 3.
As far as social media is concerned, Cal's removed the Mexican flag from his social media.
That's correct.
So again, I mean that indicates a guy who can barely speak much of any Spanish, Mexican American, Spanish, whatever, Mexican Spanish. Okay, Spanish, whatever. I mean, here's a guy who's definitely going to play for the U.S. in the end. Yes. Let's pull the horses back. Let's calm down.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to calm down, but I don't think this post is like crazy or anything.
No,
like the post is crazy in the sense that it makes no sense, and his 1, 2, and 3 are goofy as fuck. But it's the responses.
2's fucking goofy, if anything. Come on, rebrand New York City FC as New York Cosmos. What a weird fucking post that is.
Yeah, so just eliminate NYCFC's ownership of the team.
So strange.
That sounds rather tyrannical, actually.
You know what? The Cosmos owners had the opportunity, but they chose against it. This was years ago. People might not remember this, but it happened. They had the chance, but they chose against it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Fuck it. It's New York City FC. Fuck it.
It is what it is now. Yes, It is. So just live with it. I mean, I think he's being friendly here, or like being playful, right? With these 1, 2, and 3. Because if he's really serious about this, then I have to seriously worry about him.
Yeah, of the 3, I think Pro Rel is the biggest contention as far as possibility to argue. The other 2 are no.
Well, he only wants pro rel for a year.
That's the weirdest thing too. yes, it's whole year thing. All right, let's drop this. We've talked about him enough. Not saying anything bad about the guy.
Right.
He has his own opinions. They're his opinions. Let's talk about our opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're done, aren't we? We're done. So this is the end of the show. We've already talked about our opinions. We
didn't talk about our opinions.
Yeah.
Derek, that's the whole point of bringing this up.
All right, my number one. Damn, this is going to be a long show.
All right, Derek, let's go with it. Let's go.
My number one would have been remove Garber from the USSF board, because I think that is that would remove a lot of conflict.
You're definitely taking a more straight USSF approach here.
Yeah, but if I only remove him for a year, that's useless. But that's the way you laid it out. So I'm removing Garber from the USSF board for a year.
It'd be a great fucking year, though.
It's a conflict of interest. God damn it! That's what it is. So what's your number one?
No, you do your 3, because my 3 are correlated with each other. And it'd be pointless to break it up.
Number 2, require all MLS teams to have full academies.
Okay.
Yes.
There's some correlation here.
Full academies, free full academies, not pay to play,
Mm.
free. They need to be out there scouting young players and bringing them
Yep.
into the academy and developing them. Number 3, I had make the USSF board more inclusive of outsiders, less insular. I want to see a less insular, a less protective USSF.
More YouTubers.
I want to see more transparency from the USSF. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what they think. And I don't want them to be so fucking defensive that when a friend of mine tries to write a book about the U.S. soccer, he has to go through hoops and he feels like people are really off-putting to him. And that's what I'd like to see.
This quote is from Eric Mitchie.
Eric Mitchie. Yes.
Okay. My 3.
Yes.
I would turn all MLS academies into residencies.
Okay. It's kind of along my lines.
More or less, yes.
Yep.
So that's why I was like, oh, there's a correlation here.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have those number 2, I'd have those academies play against USL teams.
Yes.
Which we talked about a number of times.
It's on another show. Go back, folks. Check it out. We talked
stupid.
about this whole thing. Yep.
My number 3 is, and this is taking a step from, or a comment from Filippo, is to create more futsal courts in larger populated areas.
Yeah, we used to have a good friend who was all about that.
Yep.
That was his thing.
It's, developing the culture, developing everything, So those would be my 3. And those are all youth-based. My concern's not about the seniors. Seniors are who they are. We need to develop the players in the future.
I could give 2 fucks at this point about the Cosmos.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. All right, so that'll do it for this show. It probably went too long. I hope it was at least entertaining. It's drunk as fuck, so we're doing a good job here. So until the next time, on the Straight Red Card, is your towel as clean as you think it is, even if you use Downy?